I'm gonna have to get used to this.
It's okay.
Okay, so this is a little bit about me. My name's Ethan. I will be 18 turning August, and I'm going to go to Metropolitan State University. I'm gonna be studying psychology. My mentor, her name is Courtney Hjort. I study psychology with her. She's a licensed clinical social worker. And I came to Vail after my freshman year. Okay. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I have a question for everybody. Has one good moment ever changed your whole outlook on life?
Yes.
Okay, some hands. I'll call it some people. What's your name, sir?
Steven.
Steven. Can I ask what your situation was?
I met that lady right there in first grade.
Good answer.
I was thinking at the same moment.
And no one's beating that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so the thing that changed my outlook was in freshman year, I was not the best student. I was skipping class all the time. I didn't do any homework. I don't think I did a single homework assignment that whole year. I had a 0.7 GPA coming into my sophomore year here. So it was a lot tough to get used to, not doing anything, not going to school ever, and then having to try really hard. So what's my presentation about? Okay, I think it worked this time. Okay, so for my two entrepreneurial mindsets I picked were see problems as opportunities and practice empathy and vulnerability. I picked these because these are the two that are most in line with the thing I want to do in life, which is be a licensed clinical social worker, because I'm very interested in psychology. So the way you see problems as opportunities as a therapist is you're kind of trying to make everybody do that. So your goal is to have them see problems as opportunities, so then they grow from it, because that's the way you grow, is by seeing problems as opportunities. Otherwise, you just fall into them. Also, practicing empathy and vulnerability. I tweaked this one a little bit. It's more sympathy, because if you use empathy all the time, true empathy is like feeling affected by other people's emotions, which if you have negative emotions going around all day, then that's going to affect you really poorly. So kind of just learning to manage my emotions, learning to feel for other people while also helping them grow in a situation, and managing my own emotions at the same time. Okay, there we go. So my work-based learning reflection, what work-based learning is, I'm sure most of you know, but it's your internship. And I had my internship with a licensed clinical social worker named Courtney. She was great. What we did on a normal basis was like licensing. She was going through getting her private practice the second year, so I helped her like license. I helped with all her insurance stuff. We did case studies like every week. That was awesome. And we talked about our clients, which was really cool. Probably my favorite thing to do at my internship was like hearing people's stories. Kind of thinking of ways, like hearing the case studies or hearing people's stories and thinking of ways that I could help people, or thinking of solutions for people, or sometimes like I really like seeing my similarities of myself when I was a kid and people. Like my book, which is over there. I'll grab that in a sec. Had a lot of good case studies, and in a lot of those I saw myself when I was a kid, and I really like that. I'm just building stuff now in my internship. Thank you. I'm building all that now. I'm building all those skills, the self-management, the just knowing how people feel, just knowing myself, all that stuff. Okay, so my first artifact is a book my mentor got me. This was for my birthday, actually. It's a book on classic case studies in psychology. It's really interesting. It has my favorite case study ever in it, and it's really good. I learned a lot about myself in it, as I was talking about earlier, like the stuff from when I was a child, and then I was like, then some stuff made sense. That's also one of my favorite things about mental health is like like so many things make so much more sense. So it's great. So kind of getting more into this book. This is my artifact 2. This is, I thought it would be like one table, so I thought everybody would get to see. But this is a study on the real Rain Man, whose name is also Kim Peek. He's really, really interesting. He had a 98% memory retention, and when he was 1.5, he could read both sides of a book with each of his individual eyes, which is amazing. And he could read books in like 90 minutes. He read The Mockingjay Part 3 in, I think it was like 60 minutes, which is ridiculous. So he was just a super intelligent man. He had something that they call savant syndrome, but he also just had a brain like, I'll just show you. So oh, I didn't even switch it. This is the Kim Peek slide, sorry. I was switching on this side and not the other side. So on the left is a normal side. In the middle, you can't see my cursor, but in the middle right here is where it connects your 2 brain points. So that's where the information is sent to each other. That's where your neurotransmitters are. And in the back here is your cerebellum, and that affects like your movement and stuff like that. Kim Peek does not have something that connects his brain. So his brain made other neural pathways, which somehow led to him being able to read 2 pages of a book at once and remember the whole book after he's read it for 60 minutes. And he also doesn't have a cerebellum, so he was not able to keep his balance. This is his brain from the above. He was not able to keep his balance. His head was really enlarged and his neck could not support it, so he had to get supports for that. But overall, he was just a genius. He was a super smart guy. There's a lot of interviews with him. He died in 2009, but there's still a lot of interviews. He's really, really interesting. So I would urge you all to go do some more information seeking about Kim Peek. He's really interesting. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Okay, awesome. So my practitioner evidence. This doesn't include the many hours that I spent studying, helping Courtney license, doing research on insurance, and reading through my book and all the other things like that. But I have 60 hours in my internship as of today. That'll be more. These are just some of the insurances I looked at. I also looked at Medicaid, but Medicaid's kind of weird. I also looked at getting her like business cards and everything. So if anyone needs help getting business cards, I got you.
I do.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so my eventual goals: I want to graduate high school. That's the first one. That's hopefully coming soon. I want to start practicing. Before that, I want to graduate from MSU. I want to get my master's in psychology and probably my minors in social work. Then I want to go into a practice, probably stay there for a couple of years, build up my clientele, stuff like that. Then eventually, I want to get my private practice, so go through the same motions, but I kind of know how to do that now, which is good. So like the licensing, and then I actually got to sit in on a lot of licensing meetings, which was very cool. And after I get my licensing, after I get my private practice, I want to see if there's a fork in the road, if I want to continue doing my private practice solo, if I want to start a sort of firm where I can hire people under me, but we'll see about that. That will be if I get to take my business class in MSc instead of my social work class. And learn throughout. So just get better, just get smarter, just learn more about myself, and just keep moving forward. Thank you. Thank you.